A quarter of the world's population is now living under some form of lockdown due to coronavirus. More than 3 billion people in almost 70 countries and territories have been asked to stay at home.
Vaccination drives have been hit by shortages and not to mention controversies. Meanwhile, people have started returning to their normal lives. The result? A record surge in Wuhan virus infections.
COVID cases rose. Children were sent home. Some schools had to shut again. Schools across the country, there remains a fine line between protecting the health of its staff and students and ensuring educational development. For many, it's a tough battle to contend with.
Hey, welcome back to Bear Squared. On this channel, we simplify educational tech. Today, I'm going to be looking at a title: Has COVID-19 changed education for the better? With COVID-19, lockdowns were in place globally and schools were shut across the world, resulting in about 1.3 plus billion students outside of the classroom. As a result, roll call was done online, students were logging in remotely using digital platforms, and there was a rise in e-learning. Teaching and learning was taking place online.
We can all help that person. We can share things that we learn. We can have a story. Alright, so today...
However, even before the pandemic, in 2019, total EdTech investments were rated at $18.6 billion according to Business Insider. The global market for online educational projects is projected at $350 billion by 2025. So the question is, what is going well with online education that we're going to keep even post-pandemic? Just like many of my subscribers, I too had to upskill and learn educational platforms so I could support teaching and learning through online digital platforms. As I was working from home and my children were studying online, I could see how teachers were empowering them using digital platforms. The following clip is of my son sharing some of the activities that he was doing online.
I did 3 activities right now, and I'm going to tell you about them. One was story time. It was one of the teachers reading to the kids. Another was my Arabic, where we had to say something and anything we learned in Arabic. And I did another one, that was my maths one, where I had to find out
He was able to build networks and customize his learning environment to support his own learning.
I was doing my IT lesson, and I was in this app called Keynote, and I was working on my book presentation.
He was using digital platforms on the iPad to seek feedback to improve his learning and to guide his discoveries.
On Tuesdays, the word web groups are split up into your colour groups.
And I saw him in his capacity to be a digital citizen, engaging in positive and safe behaviors online during social interactions.
You have to come, okay? It's not what do you want to, you have to, because this is school, right? So at 1:40 every day will happen.
One major benefit here I can see is him developing his computational thinking. Now he's started to develop and employ strategies to leverage technology to problem solve and look for unique solutions. With digital devices and connectivity, he's broadening his horizons, he's broadening his scope of problem solving and finding mutual solutions with different people and different backgrounds. You know, it's allowed him to think outside of the box because he's allowed to collaborate with other students. They provide feedback, he provides feedback. There's a loop of communication that has allowed students to really think beyond just the classroom setting.
This is for my teacher, because I listened to her story and it was very good. This is reading This is listening to reading. This is reading. This is maths. This is maths again. This is my Arabic.
Why do you like using the iPad?
Because it's online and because we have this app called Seesaw and our teacher gives us these activities to do at home.
So you can complete them digitally?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm not saying in any shape, way or form that online learning is the future forward for education. But what I am saying is post-pandemic that a blended classroom will allow for global collaborators, for knowledge creators, for innovative designers to allow students to have a scope to look beyond the classroom. Anyway, I hope that that provided some benefit. If you did enjoy that, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing for educational tech, simplified educational tech. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.